So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Inner Path, the learning and living uh, with Ramana Maharshi. So, the purpose of this channel, it was created so that I could somewhat help others that's also on the spiritual journey or on this path. Let me just say it that way, because sometimes I don't like using certain words, especially spiritual journey. That word has been misused. Okay. And as we continue on this path, you will see that there are other words that I don't like to use either. But I just want to say thank you for watching and for being here. And if you like the information that's going to be given to you, please give me a thumbs up. Leave comments. If you have questions, leave comments. I have a Facebook page that you could join, and we also have a book reading club. So we reading right now as of the time of this video, we're reading Who Am I by Ramana Maharshi. Okay. And we meet every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who Am I by Ramana Maharshi. Okay. So today I just wanted to do my recording, but I also wanted to share some information. This was something that I um I was sort of like mixed up with in my journey about the mind, the body, and about the divine or the infinite. Some use the term God, some use, so many different source power, whatever. But the title of this writing that I put together is You Are Not the Mind or the Body, a message to the new seeker. Now, that, I put new seeker, but it's open to anyone. Okay. So anyone that may be interested or enjoying the reading or may want a copy of it, just put something in the comments, reach out to me. Okay. So I'm going to read this and leave it at that. And then you know, I will be bringing more information because I think it's very important, especially for the new person that's on this path. Okay. So the title of this writing is You Are Not the Mind or the Body, Message to the New Seeker. Okay. When you are just starting out on the spiritual path, there's often a quiet confusion that lingers beneath the surface, feeling that something isn't quite right. You may look at your life, your body, your thoughts, your beliefs, and still feel like missing something essential. That quiet longing to know the truth is the beginning of a great journey. And one of the first truths that must be understood is this: you are not the mind, you are not the body. This isn't just a nice idea or a philosophical concept, it is the foundation of true spiritual understanding. Without seeing the difference between the mind, body, and the self, everything else becomes distorted. But once you see it clearly, the rest of the path unfolds with greater ease. Okay. The mind is a collection of thoughts, impressions, memories, desires, and fears. It is always moving, jumping from one idea to another. It is like a restless monkey, never still. It tells you stories about who you are, what you want, what you fear, and what could happen. But the mind is not stable. It is constantly changing. It is not you. The body is the physical form: flesh, bones, blood, skin. It grows, ages, changes, and eventually dies. It has needs: food, water, shelter, rest. But you are aware of the body. You feel its sensation, see its movement, and recognize it changes. That means you are not the body. You are the one who perceives it. If I am not the mind, I am not the body, then who am I? This question is not philosophical. It is the doorway to awakening. Every seeker must ask it deeply. When the false identification fall away, what remains is the truth of your being. You are the self. Now that could come with different names, right? Some say God, some say infinite, some say divine, some say source, some say power, some say so many different things, okay? But you are the self. The self is not the body, it's not the mind. The self is pure awareness, unmoving, unchanging, ever present. It is the silent witness to all experiences. It does not come and go. It is what remains when thoughts stop and when the body sleeps. It is beyond personality, religion, and name. It is your true nature. It is also the divine. It is the infinite. It is God. It is Brahman. It is whatever name one chooses to give it. But it simply is. It cannot be contained by a label or a form or a shape. It is that which allows all forms to appear and disappear. It simply is. The self cannot be defined. When we speak of the self, we are not speaking of personality, a soul, or an ego. We are pointing to something that cannot be grasped by the mind because it is what gives rise to the mind. The self cannot be seen because it is what enables all seeing. You might say, then, what is this self? What is the self? The answer is simple and profound. It cannot be defined. You are already that. But as long as you identify with the mind and body, it will feel distant. Most people believe they are their body and their thoughts. I am this person with history, these emotions, these opinions, this religion, this pain. But what you call, but what you call you is constantly changing. Your body ages, your thoughts shift, your moods rise and fall. So who are you really? Sri Ramana Maharshi, one of the greatest spiritual masters of the 20th century, taught that we must question this identity. Ask yourself, who am I? Don't accept surface level answers. Go deeper. You will begin to see that what you truly are cannot be the body because you are aware of the body. It cannot be the mind because you are aware of the thoughts. You are that which is aware, that which sees everything else come and go, that silent witness. I didn't always know this. I grew up within religion, Catholic, Muslim, Hebrew Israelite, Christian. I was also always seeking something higher, something infinite. I believed that God was outside of me, watching, judging, loving from afar. But as I dug deeper into the history of these traditions, and especially as I studied the teachings of Ramana Maharshi, everything began to change. I realized that the God I was looking for was not somewhere else. that what I was seeking was already within me as me. I learned that the mind body is nothing but Maya. And when we get into Maya, the definition of the word Maya, but to keep it simple, Maya, illusion. Okay, but we're going to get into that, right? So everything was but Maya, an illusion. That the infinite, divine, Brahman, God, is not separate from who truly am. That the self is not in me. I am the self. Yes, in the truest sense, they are one. The words may change depending on your background. Some say God, some say the self, some say Brahman, the absolute awareness. But if understood correctly, they are not different. They are different fingers pointing at the same moon. The problem is when people say, I am God from the ego perspective, from the mind, that is not truth. But when the false identity falls away, when you no longer believe you are the body or the mind, what remains is pure being, pure self, pure awareness. That is what the sages meant when they said, I am that. Without this foundational clarity, seekers often get lost in practices, prayers, beliefs, and ideas. But once you see clearly that the self is what you are and that everything else arises in that self, then you have a ground to stand on. From there, deeper inquiry becomes possible. From there, silence becomes meaningful. From there, true freedom is not just a hope, it is the living reality. So, to the new seeker, I say this: start here. Start with what you are not. Then look carefully at what remains. You are not the mind. You are not the body. You are that which sees both. And that is infinite. I hope this information will help someone out there, and I hope it'll help you. So thank you for watching, and I'll be bringing more material, more content later. So thank you. Leave some comments. If you like what you heard, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the page, so that way you'll be informed every time something new is released. Thank you. Have a great day.